You're tapped into Apple Music One, and I'm joined by the one and the only Marina. Her album Ancient Dreams in a Modern Land is out now on Apple Music. And having a platform like you do and making art the way that you do, what kind of influence do you want to be on others?
I want to make people feel like brave and empowered. With
I
this
love kind
record,
of
anyway, it changes each record, but this one, that's the heart of it for sure.
where along, the creation of this record did Ancient Dreams in a Modern Land come? Was it kind of the first song when you sat down to make this record? Do you feel like it was like kind of foundational for the entire project?
No, it wasn't the first song. It probably was like the fourth song I wrote, and I actually didn't decide the album title for quite a while up until the end. But yeah, I feel like the title itself, it doesn't really mean anything. It more evokes. I picked it because it evokes a certain mood, and I'm always trying to, I don't know, like encapsulate the past and our history as humans and how that relates to the way that we're living now. I think technology's like changed our lifestyles a huge amount, and we're still figuring out like what works and what doesn't.
I think what's even scarier is that it's really just the beginning. When you think about how
Oh,
it is now
Travis.
and where it's going to be in 20 years, it trips me out.
It trips me out as well. Yeah, I think human brains aren't really built to evolve this quickly, and I think we're still adapting, even just as social media and being able to access thousands of different thoughts, at the same time.
I want to kind of go back a little bit because in 2015 you released your project Fruit, and this new album Ancient Dreams in a Modern Land, it's definitely an evolution of what has happened since then. Is there a bridge or a connection between the two for you?
No, and yes. I mean, there's a bridge in that I wrote both of those records alone. It's on my own, sorry, and I don't always do that for every album. So, like the one before this one was pretty much co-written the whole time. So, I mean, I think Fruit and this record are both alternative records. So there is some sonic similarities, but I think it's a lot wilder, this record.
Marina, can you give us a story behind your song I Love You, But I Love Me More?
Of course I can. This song, I wrote it really quickly, actually. This is the fastest song I've ever written. It's like 15, 20 minutes. Um, it's about like doing something that's really hard for people in relationships, which is choosing yourself, even if you love that other person so much. And it's so much easier to like say it but not put it into practice. So this song is about that. It's about encouraging you to do that.
That's something I relate to a lot too. I find that it's so easy for certain people to kind of get lost in a relationship, and when it's over, you kind of have no
Yeah,
clue of who you are or like, your purpose, and that's something I wish I learned a lot earlier in life.
dude,
Because
same.
I'm 32, and I kind of had to learn that the hard way.
I'm 35. I wish I learned that like at least 6 years ago.
Right? Yeah.
Um, but it's a healthy practice for everyone, and I guess you only learn that stuff after being in relationships.
I saw that you worked with women on your team for this album, and you said only a woman could tell this story. What was that collaboration process like for you? And can you give us the names of these key women to give them credit?
Absolutely, yeah. I put a call out on social media just for all types of female collaborators, but specifically, I was looking for producer, music video directors, and photographers. And my fans essentially assembled or helped me assemble the team, which is awesome. I feel like more people should do that. I think it's a good exercise to do. But this was specifically for Man's World, and I'm in the position where I'm able to employ people, and I think it's good to make that public sometimes when you're trying to employ more women and trying to better, inequality. And also, this song was about the experience of being a female, so I wanted to do it just for this record. But the album as a whole, has male collaborators, female collaborators.
When you sit back and listen to this project, what is the takeaway that you want your fans to get after the last song on this album finishes playing?
I want them to feel like they can celebrate themselves, and I want them to feel like they can be themselves. Like we've already discussed, it's still like a really difficult thing for people to do, to not be influenced by what others are doing. I think it's really, for all of us, it's about being able to choose the type of life that you want to lead, that's going to be beneficial to your personality. And that doesn't look the same for everyone. Everyone has a completely different path. And for me as an artist, songwriting has always been an incredible vehicle for exploring that, because it's tough to question your own mind. Your mind can play lots of tricks on you. So songwriting has helped me, and also listening to music and listening to other artists, that's always inspired me.